So folks, we've arrived at the machine, the booty bag's in, and we're getting ready to go. But before we do anything, let's do a pre-start check. So, just want to quickly talk to you. Operator's manual. Every machine needs an operator's manual. It should have one with it at all times. It's got all the information we need to know about this machine. Always good to get your nose in and get some research in there. Okay, daily defect sheets needs to be filled in. So we need to do our inspection of the machine, fill in our defect sheet, and it's an ongoing document that we can fill in through the day for any things that could be wrong with the machine. Okay, let's do our pre-start check. Okay, so I like to start down at the tracks, checking the idler wheel and the track chains, checking the rollers, the bottom rollers here, checking, making sure the pins are in. Okay, there's a lot of mud at the moment, it's wet this time of year, but we can still do a visual inspection. Top roller, like to think that we can get these dug out quite regular. Thing is, if that roller doesn't turn, it wears the chains and wears the roller. So get the shovel, end of the shift, start of the shift, just give the tracks a bit of a clean. It's best practice. Having a look at the sprocket, making sure that they aren't sharp like needles, the sprocket ends. Plenty of wear left in there. Track chains still look good. The undercarriage is looking good. Okay, as we're walking around now, we're just looking on the floor to make sure there's no diesel, engine oil, fluids, hydraulic oil, anything around the machine. It's all looking good. Okay, beacons. We need the machine started to check those, so we'll do the operational checks later. Just walking around, mirror. We've got a cab mirror. We've got this back mirror. They look in good condition. We've got a back camera as well here. Need to make sure that's working. Okay, we talked about it earlier, changing gloves. So change your gloves for your oil resistant gloves to check your engine oil. Okay, so engine oil check, then moving round now, always looking to make sure there's nothing hanging off or anything visual that you think that shouldn't be there. Having a look at the belts here, making sure they're not frayed, making sure they're all in good condition and in place. Walking round, air filter box here, just have a little look, make sure it's got a clear airway, we're good. Back down again, check the other track frame. Can't even see the top roller on this one. This one wants digging out. Another mirror to check, looking good. So, engine coolant, if it's low, top it up. It's looking okay. This is also just a quick visual for the fuel. Looking good on there as well. Okay, hydraulic oil. Now, I'm quite familiar with this machine. It's got a sight glass, 2 marks. There's a ball there, if you can see the ball, that should be sat in the middle of the gauge. But we have to make sure that the arm is in the correct position for this machine to check the hydraulic oil, and that information will be in the operator's manual. I know this machine and the arm should be fully extended out. So when we start up, we can do that and we'll be good to go. Also, just another quick visual, making sure that all the hoses, there's no visual leaks and everything looks nice and safe and in place as it should do. And I'm happy with that. Okay, we'll have a walk around the other side and we'll talk about the arm. Any pin should have a retaining bolt. We need to check to make sure that all the retaining nuts and bolts are all in place and it starts from the blade all the way round. Also checking hydraulic hoses, making sure there's no leaks. Making sure the pipes are in good condition with no cuts. Looking back at the cab, lights on the cab, we've got plenty of lights, mirror looks good. And we need to be looking for the hydraulic hoses and for any retaining bolts to make sure they're all in place and safe and correct. Then we're going down the dipper arm now, so we've done the boom, we're coming down the dipper arm. Again, hydraulic pipes all in place, no leaks on the fittings, making sure we're all okay. Quick hitch. Making sure the pipes are good, making sure there's no debris in here that's stopping that quick hitch from working properly. It's very important. There's been too many accidents in this industry with quick hitches, so let's make sure it's right. Okay, so that's basically it for this machine now. So then my next step would be to get in the cab, start the machine up, check our surroundings, make sure everything's okay and there's nobody in the way. Start the machine and do the operational checks, making sure the lights work, making sure the flashing lights work, making sure everything's working as it should. And that is the last step of our pre-start check, and we're nearly good to go. Okay, so I've done all the operational checks and the machine's good to go. It's safe and ready to go to work. And that brings us to the end of episode 2. Thanks very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next month for episode 3. But in the meantime, if you go on Instagram and give us a like and a share, and you can keep up to date with all the bits and pieces what we're doing as well. And that's Digging with Dave 2023. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much. And remember, teamwork makes the dream work.